Remastered got an update recently, and in that update, they showed love to a lot of underused weapons, and one of those weapons was the ASVAL. They buffed the ASVAL greatly, and in this video, we're going to be discussing what they did to the ASVAL. We're going to be showing you some current builds that you can use depending on what class you want to use, and we're also going to be discussing whether or not this scene is a meta, and showing you some footage of this scene in action. So let's get right to it. Okay, so the ASVAL had its recoil horizontally lowered from 1.9 to 1.2. Historically, the horizontal recoil has been the most difficult to control in almost any FPS game. That reduction is almost in half. I think it's like almost 40% reduction in the horizontal recoil on this weapon. Then they also increased the accuracy from 68.75 to 75. They lowered the sound spread from 600 to 200. This is a big change to me because now you can flank people and you can get eliminations without people very far away knowing exactly where you're shooting from. So in other words, if you get a good flank, you can basically get several eliminations in a row and not have to worry about his teammates from 100 meters away coming in and knowing where you are unless they come out exactly where you are. And then they lowered the control from 0.86 to 0.8. They increased the reload time slightly from 3 to 3.33. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And they doubled the range from 20 meters to 40 meters. So in other words, they made the gun much more controllable, more silent, doubled the range, slightly increased the reload time, and kept the damage the exact same, unlike the Honey Badger where they nerfed the damage and increased the fire rate. Okay, so let's hop into the firing range because I want to show you the three builds that I have for this weapon. One of them is like the fast reload assault class build. The second one is the more ammo medic class build, and the third one is kind of like a mix of them. So with the ASVAL, with it having 20 bullets per magazine and having a 3.33 second reload time, you want to do everything you can to reduce the reload time, specifically when you're using the assault class, which has a reload time reduction built into the class. So therefore, you want to be able to get like 2-3 eliminations, pop that mag out, pop it back in fast, 2 or 3 more eliminations, and keep going on your way. Luckily for you, there's several attachments that reduce reload speed in this game. The first and most obvious is to use the quick mag. As you can see, the quick mag reduces your reload time by half a second. That is big. Secondly, it's used the B25 URK grip, which as you can see reduces your reload time by another quarter of a second. Now you will notice that this grip does help with recoil a little bit, but it also gives you less control and a little bit slower running speed. So there's a little bit of a trade-off, but it does help with the base recoil of the gun, just not as much as, say, another grip like the BCM gunfighter grip or the vertical grip, etc. And then for sight, you really can run it with whatever you want. I usually use the red dot sight, but I actually like the PKS sight, and I also like the HS401 G5 sight as well. I usually run it with a one-time optic because if you run it with a mid-range optic, the vertical recoil is going to seem like, the visual recoil is going to seem like it's a lot. But this optic is really clean. See? Look how fast that reload time is with the assault class. Like, look. Pop the mag out. Bam. Bam. It's back in and go. You do get the drawback of look at the mag size. Right? So close range, you can chain about 3 or 4 kills together and then, you know, reload, pop it back in, and you're already back into business. So that's like the really OP thing about the assault class with the combination of attachments. All right, so next we have the medic class build. So if you don't want to fiddle around with the assault class and having to have slower heals, only 4 bandages to get the trade-off of the fast reload, this thing also has an extended mag. So lucky for you, you don't necessarily have to go the route of the assault class. With the medic class, actually you can go 2 routes, okay? So you do get the option for the extended mag, which adds like 0.67 seconds onto your reload time. Is pretty significant, and you get a 30 round mag. And then you can also, you know, if you want to negate that a little bit, keep the B25 grip on there, right? But you're still going to end up with a little bit of a slow reload time, but you are getting the extra 10 bullets, so you're getting the possibility of 2 or 3 more eliminations per mag if you're saying this thing has a 4-shot kill. So you're trading that off, but look, the reload time is a little bit slower, especially if you use medic. But obviously the pro to using medic is being able to heal yourself and all of that, right? So you might want to use medic with this thing, and you might not want to use the assault class, and at the same time you're gonna have to balance that. Which, if you want to balance that, you still go the faster reload route with this thing. It just won't be as good as if you were using assault. So you can put the quick A mag on here, and look at that. You're having 2.53 second reload time with the B25 grip, right? So you can still go that route. It's just not going to be as fast as if you use the assault class, right? It's still pretty fast though. Or you might just opt to just keep it base and have just the 20 round mag, in which case you have the reload time at 3.03 seconds. So about a 3-second flat reload time. Not terrible, honestly. One of the faster reloads in the game. right? So you might just say, okay, we're going to split the difference between the extended mag and the quick mag. And that might be the sweet spot for the medic class. With the Vol, it's very important to have a good secondary. So in my opinion, the Deagle is the best secondary in the game. So I always run the Desert Eagle with, like, I don't know, a tactical or a suppressor, and then red dot, right? But you might say, I'm more of a Glock player. So the Deagle or the Glock would be good for you. So like if you get caught, right, 2-3 eliminations, and you're like, oh shoot, my mag's out, you want to be able to swap to a secondary and pop a player in the face and then reload if you have to recover, right? So that's where your secondary comes into play. And I would say that's why the Vol is probably an A tier weapon and not an S tier weapon. I think when I did my tier list video, I called the Vol a B or C tier weapon before the buff, and it's definitely an A tier weapon now. It's not S because of the fact that you can't chain together a lot of kills in one mag. You have to be a little bit smarter, right? And that's just a little bit of a give and take with guns. It's just making it balanced because it does 32 damage at that really fast RPM at the 40-meter range. So it's just a little give and take with the gun, which is still a very good gun. A tier is like some of the best weapons in the game, but it's not S for that reason, right? Like if you compare it to the P90 and the MP5, right? The P90, with the P90, you're trading off a little bit of the damage that the ASVAL gives you for a 50-round mag. So like the ability to basically just spray consistently, in my opinion, at a 3-second reload speed itself is insane. And it's one of the reasons why I say the P90 is better all around and S tier, but the ASVAL can technically kill faster than the P90. So the ASVAL technically would kill a P90 in a one-on-one fight from 40 meters in, but in terms of staying alive and longevity and getting the most use out of your weapon, the P90 and the MP5 are probably a little bit more usable than the ASVAL. That being said, if you are an experienced player can turn the ASVAL into an S tier weapon. An experienced player who can hit a headshot and turn a 4-shot kill into a 3-shot kill will get the most out of this gun, right? If you hit the head, it turns into a 3-shot kill. So an experienced player who's good at hitting headshots can definitely turn the ASVAL into an S tier weapon, especially one who can control the engagements and make those engagements closer range, right? One who's not constantly like running out in the middle of the road and finding himself spraying from like 60 meters plus to try to recover from a bad decision. An experienced player like that can definitely turn the Vol into an S tier weapon. But otherwise, I'd say it's an A tier weapon. It's generally really easy to control the recoil on now. I think any player could use this thing. But with the attachments that I gave you for the 2 different kinds of builds, the more ammo, the base, and the quick mag, so technically 3 builds, definitely will give you a little bit better understanding of how to use this thing. Like if you had a problem with the ASVAL before with the recoil on it, try it now. I guarantee you won't have a problem with it. Donkey. Thank you. Give me your toes. Yeah.
Over. Yes,
Yes, just
No, what are you doing here? Stay away. Go away. Go away. Oh God, no. Oh God, I'm in such a bad position. I don't know what to do. I need to run.
These guys got deagle momented. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the ASVAL in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of the video. I've been trying to put more effort into editing the thumbnail, editing the video, make things look cleaner. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you next video.